most people, family are everything. For them we do anything. Whether that's your blood related, your friends, or a special one you gift a wedding ring. We let them in to our deepest emotions and thoughts. Sometimes they drive us up the wall, and they'll be there to catch us if ever we were to fall. Sometimes they have us pulling out our hair, guaranteed in the hard times, they'll be there. See, I know a real family guy. I'm talking a real family guy. One that never committed violent crimes, sold drugs to people to get high, or partied into the night. A real family guy, looked after his kids, and not just his own. Comes from a big family, one older sister, 2 younger brothers, his mother, one of 7, all daughters. Trust me when they argued it was a verbal slaughter. His granddad always wanted a son, a little fighter, and that's exactly what his older sister aspired to be. See, they ventured from council estate to council estate, always being the new kids on the block, never had a lot. And of course, all the other kids wanted to have a pop, so she vowed to protect all 3 of her little brothers, cause we all know the streets ain't no place for our mothers. The second youngest brother, bad temper issues with ADHD, always smoking weed, fighting in the streets, a real certified G, didn't take shit from no one. I guess he got that from his older sister, a real action figure. The youngest brother was gay, some could identify it from a young age, and some thought he was unique in his own little way. The family is family, so it don't matter either way. Anyway, as time went by, his sister achieved her dream, moved to the army and met love of her life. He was a bad boy from Scotland. They say true love isn't something you find often, and this is genuine. Time proves that, cause they're still together in this day and age. There's 21 years, 3 kids and a wedding ring. Now, let's bring it back a bit. His sister's just come out the army, she's having her first kid, and her dad in the bar is doing a year in the bits. She's only 19, so her family are doing their best to help. As you can tell, this family isn't built on wealth, it's bounded by love. It's like they're all a piece of a puzzle, and this puzzle illustrates a family tree. That's what I mean when I said a family guy doesn't just look after his own seed. He was there for his nephews the whole time they was growing up. It was clear he'd be a terrific father if he found the right woman to cuff. Easier said than done. When it come to love, he didn't really have a good run, always falling for the pretty women with disgust in mind. And I ain't talking sexual, I'm talking about the ones used certain men to benefit in life. So one night, he came into contact with a different type of girl. You know how it goes, say opposites attract. Well, she's bubbly, crazy, main focus in the crowd. He's laid back, chill, doesn't really go out. As weird as it sounds, he knew from the moment he saw her, he wanted to make her a queen if she wasn't bearing the crown. So they got to talking, exchanged phone numbers, and they got to texting. About a month down the line, they got to dating. She had just got off a relationship with a little baby girl. The more time he spent with her, the more attached he got to the baby as well. Naturally, he started seeing her more casually, treating her romantically. He could vision them together happily. They didn't really have similar interests still. In her, he wanted to invest. He became obsessed with seeing the progress. He introduced her to the family. They were so welcoming. They really helped her settle in. These times living at his mum's in a massive old house, he used to always invite them round. She wasn't really the family type, kinda bipolar, didn't feel normal if she wasn't high. She wasn't the only smoker in the family. Smoke isn't all that she'd done. Word to Bugsy, cocaine's a hell of a drug. Young love is blinding though, these type of things get swept under the rug. As they grew older, time started moving quicker. Got married, had 3 children, he's really becoming that super father figure. He couldn't deny, it was challenging. Working all day, looking after the kids at night. There was no time for relaxing. His wife doesn't really understand it. She's reminiscing of the time she was living free, raving all night, lying in all day. In her heart, she's feeling the spark is fading away, but she never mentions it. Just kicks up a fuss, flees to the pub and drinks till she can't remember it. He just thinks she's being ungrateful. He's only working his overtime, so you're over plateful. These drugs are making her unstable. Why would you want to party when you can spend the night with your little angels? Now his thoughts are running wild. She being unfaithful. She never likes him when he tries to be playful, then claims he don't try hard enough. He can't remember the last time they made love. She started to become irate. Hated it when he went out to play golf with his dad or football with his mates. He never gets time for a break. He can't bear the thought of her leaving though, so he does everything, no one that she'll stay. Of course, she used this to her advantage. It's like she had him enchanted. Everyone could see it clear as day. She was trying to cause carnage. Had him on strings like a lifeless dummy. Good mummy turned ugly, playing with her food like a newborn puppy. Until she gets bored and has enough, causes an argument and tells him pack your stuff. He would only be gone for a day. She couldn't handle the kids any longer. This went on for some time, till her grandfather died and her mother inherited wealth. She no longer needed him to keep the food on the shelf. She could finally provide for herself. With no hesitation, he was out of the house. Back to his mum's, he was breaking down. No one around. As hard as he tries, the tears won't stop flowing. She moved on so quick, it's like she didn't even know him. New men around the kids, it's making him sick. The ugly beauty of it is, they see her for what she really is. His whole empire gone, within minutes, hours, days, he doesn't even know anymore. To be honest, he's never felt this way. If the kids wasn't around, he would have took his own life and ended the pain. How many men feel like going insane, having a war, battling dark thoughts in their brain? See, people always talk about men mistreating women, so much so it's like the roles can be reversed. How many men have taken their own lives? How many men have ended up in a hearse? How many men have stopped from seeing their children? How many men are kicked out of yards to the dirt? How many men are abused by the women? How many family guys are emotionally hurt?